All right, let's do the first impressions of the 2025 Ford Bronco. These are our very first impressions, and we always take it through this curve. We'll take it through a whole bunch more that are actually a lot tighter than that. We're going to take it over bumps, almost jumps. Let's put the 2025 Ford Bronco to the test. Has Ford been listening? Because, well, as much as the Bronco has been beloved, there have been some complaints. And so far, first impressions, Ford has been listening. The sound system is a lot better. The dash, this is an Outer Banks that we're driving, and the dash has the stitching. It has what looks, kind of makes it look like it's, well, it doesn't look quite like leather, but it looks like some sort of nice finished material, almost leather-like, with nice stitching behind the dash instead of clunky gauges. We got the gauges off of very similar to the Ford Bronco Raptor that we absolutely loved. The sound system really is so much better. The sound system's actually now very good. I'm not noticing much of a difference. There is a difference with the Ford F-150 Tremor Bang & Olufsen sound system. This isn't quite as good. It's maybe like 2 points lower. If we give the Bang & Olufsen, let's say a 9, this would be, a 7. So like a good solid 7. I really like it. But it's still noisy. I don't think there's anything that Ford can do. We've owned 3 soft tops. And I'm feeling like this is a little less noisy. But, are the windows open? Okay, did the check? No, the windows aren't open. This is still noisy on the highway. But at least now the sound system is good enough. It's actually kind of great. And you can just crank up the tunes and ignore the fact that we hear the outside. And I'm thinking maybe there's not much a truck company can do when you have a removable top. Jeeps aren't quiet, folks, on the highway. And at least this drives always in a straight line on the highway. Look, no hands, Ma. No hands, perfectly straight line, even when we're on 35-inch tires with incredible looking mags. But who cares if I think they look great? Let me know if you find the wheels look good. I find the wheels look great, but let me know in the comments section, do you find that the wheels look good or not? Now, Ford has made an effort to make this quieter, and it is quieter than, the very first 2021 Ford Broncos, because they've got the little padding here on the ceiling. It's not making all sorts of fluff when I rub it. Still noisy, but this thing has a front locker, a rear locker. You can lock the rear differential. You can lock the front differential is what I'm saying. You've got trail turn assist, no stabilizer bar disconnect, because this is just a very jacked up and fancy off-road Outer Banks. But the luxury is great. The leather is really nice. By the way, I really like the marine grade vinyl. I find there's nothing wrong with that. But let's check here, taking it through a bit of a bendy. 2 bendies. Turn the camera around, a bit less fun of a view, but blind spot detection. It's nicely equipped. Now it's quiet now that I'm off the highway and not, going quickly. Really nice handling. This turns in better than an F-150. This is also a lot easier to handle in a parking lot than an F-150. Oops. Don't want to lock my rear diff. I accidentally locked it playing around with the camera. That's dangerous. Let's see here. Oh, this is nice. Oh yeah. Very little body roll. Oh, what? What was that? Seriously, what was that? This almost sounds like the Bronco Raptor I drove. They have definitely improved the exhaust. Oh my goodness, I really want one. They really improved the exhaust. And I don't care no matter how they achieved it. I don't care if they're piping it in from the engine bay or what, because some of that noise definitely sounded much more engine than exhaust. But that was awesome. Oh, Marie's gonna have to get in this. I want this. I want this a lot. I want the baby seat to fit in this. I really, really like this. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think of the color? What do you think of same colored tops? Would you go with this color? Would you order another one? Let me know which color you would order. That was, wow. Thank goodness. Tech's really nice. I really like the digital screen. Digital cluster is fantastic. 12 inches of fantastic digital cluster. Like the F-150. Heated steering wheel. No adaptive cruise control, so I'm not paying for added tech I don't necessarily want. I have that on the F-150, and I just, for me personally, it's very helpful at times, and at other times I'm like, no, go closer. You're letting people cut in front of me. Get frustrating. It's a hard top. Well, I think the hard top looks better than the soft top. I think it's a little quieter. I love the painted top, but I love the simplicity and the ease of the soft top. 2 clips and then you're 3/4 open. Take 3 windows, plastic windows off, and you've got that sucker down. You're taking in the rays. You're on vacation. Even if you're just driving home or to work, you're driving to work. And if your top's down and you're getting some sun and wind in the hair, you're gonna feel like you're on vacation. Put it on the satellite radio channel Chill. You're gonna feel like you're on vacation. But again, let's check this out. No hands on the steering wheel. Perfect straight line. Oh my goodness. Okay, does it have lane? No, it doesn't have lane centering. But it does have lane keeping, as I didn't have my hands on the wheels, on the wheel there. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're gonna take this over some big serious bumps that are almost jumps, and see how the suspension, does it still hold up? Now our last one was the Wild Track with the Fox 3.0 suspension. It's almost Raptor suspension. This is the Sasquatch suspension, but on a 2025, and we've had a 2020, 2 2021s and a 2023 Ford Bronco. So I'm wondering, over 2 model years, the 2025, is the Sasquatch suspension better than it was on the 2021s? Is it any different? Does it feel any different? So far I can say on the highway, my first impressions are it's still incredible. There's no vibration, it drives in a straight line. It's taking little highway bumps and cracks really well. It's taking the roundabouts really well. It's spinning my mind round and round how well it takes these roundabouts on 35-inch tires. It's good, period. But the fact, when you consider in the fact that it's got 35-inch tires on these roundabouts, and we're jacked up in the air and we're not getting very much body roll at all, this thing is incredible. And now I'm testing bad roads, potholes here, you can see, gang. So sorry for all the camera shake, folks, but spring roads, and yeah, very, very comfortable. I'm not, this is very interesting. I'm not finding this really any different than the Fox 3.0 that I had. Mind you, the Sasquatch package that I had on my other Outer Banks, my Cactus Gray Outer Banks, I did notice a difference. There's a 2021. When I jumped up to the 2023 Fox 3.0 suspension, I did notice a big difference, and I was happy that I bought the Wild Track to get that Fox 3.0. Now the Wild Track's gone for 2025, but you can still get the Fox 3.0 suspension with a Badlands. But I'd say unless you're going to do maybe some severe off-roading, I don't think it's needed, even if you got a really nasty daily commute with bad roads like I do. Well, before we pass Judgment, hold on here. Before we pass Judgment, let's go take it up in the hillside where the roads are going to suck. Let's check. Hold on, I'll be right back. Stay with us. Let's test it out. Engine's off because of the auto start stop. thing sounds wild. And the bumps, really well. Sasquatch suspension on this Outer Banks is fantastic, and I don't think we need to necessarily buy a Badlands with, on top of that, paying extra for the Fox 3.0 suspension. Let's turn this camera around so you can see the speed that we're taking the bumps at. Show you what this looks like here. It's good. It's extremely good. It's very hard to believe comfortable on bumps like these. Really, really good. And I really can't complain. The sound on this, really can't complain. The sound on this is just incredible. Woo-wee! Hot dog! Yeah, that's got some bite. That's got a lot of bite. The Bronco's got bite. It's got kick, it's got bite. This is a wild horse. This feels, it's weird. It's a little more comfortable. The sound system's a lot better. It's more luxurious with the digital screen. It's handling the bumps almost as well as my Fox 3.0, so I don't know what is this just in my head? What did Ford do to get the suspension to be just a little bit more comfortable? Is it the tires? I don't know. This is very comfortable. This is a very bad road, as you can see from the shake in the camera. Not trying to hide or fake anything here. Dash is looking more luxurious. The doors are the same. It's okay. Other than the wind noise on the highway, where I recommend you listen to the radio. At least the radio is a lot better. This is more luxurious, but feels more wild with that exhaust. Just 4,000 RPM. Love it. My first impressions, this 100% passes my first impressions review. I'm loving the little improvements that they put on the 2025 Bronco. You can have a black top, you can have painted to match top on the hard tops. Still has great turning radius, still handles the bendies without body roll. Inside looks really good. They put the Outer Banks all black, which was something I'd mentioned in the past, that it was unfortunate that it was either brown and black or kind of like a dark blue and gray for the Outer Banks. It's like, why can't we have a nice interior like on the Badlands? Ford really listened. My first impressions is that Ford really listened, and they took a very good product and they made it better based on customer feedback, fan base feedback. They didn't remove anything that made the Bronco great. Ford, 2025 Ford Bronco, my first impressions, you've made a home run. You hit it. You slammed it. Now let's double check with Marie. Marie's always more critical than I am. Maybe we have different biases. Maybe her bias is she's going to be more critical because she wants to prevent me from buying this. And maybe my bias is that, well, I generally like, or really like, and sometimes love Fords. There's a few Fords I do not like and I would not recommend, and I don't do reviews on them. I'm not here to be a negative Nancy or I don't know, something with Johnny, jostling Johnny. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to do here, but not here to put out negativity in the world. I'm here to help, spread some kindness, and spread some information. So if I don't like a product, I might probably mention it quickly in a little live or in another video, but I'm not going to make an entire video just to bash a vehicle, because when it comes down to it, if you think about it, a reviewer still has their own uncontrolled biases, their perspective, which has been created from the environment that they've grown out of, And it also depends on what they test. You know, if they're testing a $250,000 vehicle one day and a $40,000 vehicle another day, it's a lot easier to say, oh, well, this and this is wrong. And, you know, I think in a lot of reviews, personal bias often, not always, but often comes through, and you can see that, you know, it's not done deliberately. If you're testing all sorts of very expensive vehicles, then you get into a mid-priced vehicle. Like if I just drove maybe a G-Wagon, that's, I don't know, what, like $350,000 if it's the AMG, or even more if it's a Brabus. But you drive one of those, you get in this, and maybe you don't like it, and maybe that's just because you just drove a more expensive vehicle. But I consider myself a bit of a Bronco specialist. I've owned 3, I've driven so many, and I've made so many videos. Getting saluted by a kid in the neighborhood gave me the salute, so clearly he likes this. Wave to the neighbor. You see, he had a big smile on his face. He seems to like it. But let me know in the comments, is this just the weirdest color combo and looks awful? Do you like the fact that we finally got those painted roofs they talked about at first at launch? Let me know in the comments what you think about this vehicle. Have you test driven a 2025? Let me know if you have experience with the 25 or any of the other model year Broncos. I want to hear what you think. It's the car community that's important. It's the car community that I'm here trying to serve and share information. I just want to be a starting point to a conversation. So let's have that conversation. Backup camera, great sensors, great visibility. Love the fact that it's on the 12-inch now instead of an 8-inch when the Bronco first came out. That's a huge improvement. It's good. It's not too annoying. And when someone was in my blind spot, it didn't cut the radio. It didn't start beeping at me. You know, this isn't a Kia or Hyundai's nanny system, which, you know, basically takes out the ruler and slams your fingers to discipline you. This is nice. It's an assist without being intrusive. Join us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment, and turn bell notifications on, because we need to see what Marie is going to say about this, and I think that will give us an overall good impression. Thank you so much for watching, folks. But check out that nice interior. We're in Outer Banks, and we've got exactly what Marie and I have been asking for from the beginning: a black interior. Even if we get the Outer Banks, I really like this Outer Banks. Take care, folks. See you back in the next video.